guys, it's Sheila Shimmers. Welcome back to my channel. Today is actually a very exciting video. I'm super pumped because I'm going to be trying out some things that have come out in the past few months and some others that actually exchanged and some others are new to me. So there's some like the Wet n Wild Cucumber Primer Water. I also have a new shade of foundation and concealer from Juvia's, and there's also this brand from Sadia's Cosmetics, which I'm going to be trying out their foundation, and I also restocked on their concealer. There's also some stuff from Kiko Milano, so if you are interested in this video, don't forget to subscribe below, and let's just go ahead and get started. So like I said, the first thing I'm going to be applying is this Cucumber Water by Wet n Wild. I do not remember how much this is worth. I think it was about $6 to $7, and it looks like this. They came out with 3 different scents, I would say. There's a cucumber, the rose water, and I think coconut, if I'm not mistaken. So it's supposed to be a 3-in-1 primer water. It's supposed to prep, set, and refresh. So I really like that. It brings 1.52 ounces, so that's quite a little bit of product. I'm going to go ahead and just, spray this off all over my face. I really hope that it's not one of those sprays that, oof. Oh. Okay, that doesn't look that bad. So I feel like the cucumber scent is definitely very intense. But it's kind of one of those fake cucumber scents. I don't know if I love that. I would have to kind of read the ingredients on it and see, because I feel like it smells more alcohol than actual cucumber. My face doesn't feel super refreshed like if I were to use my favorite one. This one is a Mario Badescu Rose Water Facial Spray. I feel like this one definitely leaves my face a little bit more wet in that sense, which I like because right before I apply my primer, I kind of feel like it would help it really like adhere to my skin, if that makes any sense. I'm going to go with the Embryolisse Lake Cream because this one works as a primer and also a moisturizer, and my face feels kind of dry today, so that's what I'll be doing. This one, you can see that it definitely looks a little bit like a little lotion, and a lot goes a long way. This is kind of a more liquidy primer, but I think it does a great job. Alright, so we are primed. I do not know why I primed first because I think I'm going to start with my eyes actually. So yeah, that just gives you an idea of how scattered this video is going to be. But yeah, I'm going to prime my eyes. I'm going to be using the Sadia's Cosmetics Full Coverage Concealer. This one is in the shade Fair. I put a little bit of that concealer on this little palette I have right here. And I'm just going to start by putting this all over my lid. I feel like I'm going to do one eye at a time just to make this video go a little bit faster, because I am known to have videos that are 30 minutes long, and if it's annoying for me to edit, I can't imagine how annoying it is for someone to watch. And then I'm going to go with a little beauty sponge and kind of set this in. I'm not going to worry about my brows yet because I will do them at the end. That does look pretty good. I am now going to go into the Picasso eyeshadow from the same brand. This one is from Sadia's Cosmetics. And I'm going to just pull that out from this little packaging that it comes with. You just light this out. And this is how the actual palette looks like. And I'm going to show you the colors right here. So those are the colors. Are definitely very fun. I feel like this palette is just definitely something that you can use for colorful looks. It's not an everyday palette, although you have kind of some shades right here that you can work with for an everyday if you were to do something more simple. I'm kind of scared onto what I'm going to do because I have no idea, but I think I'm going with the color with this one right here, which is kind of a wine color. I'm going to put this kind of in the center of my lid. And right off the bat, really pigmented. And actually, it's already like blending, which is kind of surprising. I brought you guys a little bit closer because I thought we were too far. But yeah, so far, this is looking pretty good. So I'm kind of using that same shade to blend just because it's blending out so nicely. Now I'm going to be taking kind of another fluffy brush, and I think I'm going to be going onto this green shade right here, and I'm going to be applying that on the outer corner. Next, I am going into this orange shade right here. And I'm taking this with my Sigma E25 brush. And I'm applying this kind of in the inner corner, but not quite all the way in. And then the last shade I'm going to be taking is this yellow. And I am going to be putting this all the way on the inner corner. So now you kind of have a rainbow of colors here. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I am kind of liking the shades. I think that combination of colors looks really good. I am going to go over a little bit more just to make those colors pop. And then taking a smaller brush, I'm going into the black shade right here. And I'm going to be packing that right there on the outer corner. So I'm really just packing this color with this brush because it's not very good at blending. And then I'm going to be taking just another fluffy brush and really blending that out with that green. So I also don't want to make sure that I'm not losing that green, so I'm going to be going back in there and kind of putting it right on the top so it shows up, you know. So I kind of have this green, but I think it's too green maybe. I am going to try it anyways. I'm going to be doing a eyeliner. Try to do a little bit higher than I would normally, just to leave a little space for a black one underneath. For the black eyeliner, I am going to be using my Sephora 12-hour long wear eyeliner. I think I've been using this for like almost a year and it still hasn't dried out, so that's a really good sign. And I'm going to be just bringing this out. And then doing my liner. So that is how we're looking so far. I think I'm going to go back into the black shade right here. I keep touching it. That's how I ended up with a black eye. I'm going into that black right there, and I am going to be packing this a lot on this corner right here. Look is kind of missing a little bling bling. Just kind of a little, you know, either pigment or some kind of glitter. Two things here. The first one I'm going to try is going to be this Urban Decay Space Cowboy. And I'm going to show it to you just before I applied it. It kind of has this little bit of sheen to it. It's not really a pigment or anything like that, obviously, because it's pressed, but I think it would look really pretty if I just put like sparkles all over it. So I'm applying this with my finger, and I'm going to put the sparkles like all over up until that green right there. I think I like that. I think it would pop a lot more if my eyeliner over here was yellow instead of green, or just some type of very bright color. I'm going to be applying some lashes, and I have this one's from House of Lashes right here. So I'm going to be applying mascara. I'm going to go in with a L'Oreal Telescopic Mascara, and this one is not the most like, you know, volumizing mascara, but I do love how this one does for the lower lashes. It's like the perfect one. Like if I show it to you, it is so tiny and perfect. It's insane, and it does a really good job at separating your lashes on the top. So I like to go in with this one first, even if I'm going with the second one to kind of, you know, make them even more black and chunky. Not chunky to the point where they look like spidery, but pretty chunky to the point where you can't notice them. So I like going in with the Essence I Love Extreme Crazy Volume Mascara. Wow, I think these are stunning. They are not the kind of lashes that kind of go all the way on both sides. They kind of stand in the middle and give you a little bit of space in between your lashes and the fake ones. but they did go on pretty easily. Now I'm going to do the other eye and then we'll come back to the face. So both eyes are done. I am actually really happy with this look. I think it's something totally different to what I've done. So I did this kind of look on one of my last videos. I think it was the LA Girl one where I put kind of a color on the crease and then 2 different colors in each side. And I kind of really liked it, so I wanted to try it today, and I'm really happy that I did because I think this looks actually pretty cool. Liking this shades a lot, so I'm pretty happy with that. I already primed, even though I had to kind of wipe it away a little bit. But I think I'm not going to go in with any more primer just because I feel like that one was very moisturizing, and I think it's going to go a long way. But I am going to be trying the new Juvia's Place I Am Magic foundation. This one I actually did a video when it first came out. I ended up purchasing 4 shades total, and this one I think is going to be my best match. I kind of tried this one on a couple of times, but really never did it full face, and I know this goes a long way, so I don't know why I just put like all this foundation. But I'm going to put this kind of all over my face, and I think that it'll be a good match. I did end up keeping 2 of the shades because I do self-tan, so if I wanted something a little bit darker, I feel like I could. Also, sometimes you're just more tan in the summer, and I feel like, you know, having 2 foundations to mix is never a bad thing. I'm going to be mixing this with this little Tarte brush right here. And at first it goes on pretty light, but it does kind of set into a different color. So I'm doing one side at a time because this dries out pretty quickly. So you want to work as fast as you can when you are using it. You see how it first applied very white, and now it's kind of setting into my skin color. This is the shade, by the way, Martinique. 550 Martinique. I ended up buying 530, 550, 540, and I think 520. I think those were the 4 shades. I'm definitely going over to this side just a tiny bit because I felt like I could have applied a little bit more, and I'm gonna try to work very quickly. Now that it looks like I have my face painted, I'm going to go in with my beauty sponge and kind of blend this out. I think for concealer, I did end up getting a lighter concealer than I had gotten before, but I think that's going to be a little too light for me. But I like that it's kind of in the pinky tone, so that's why I want to show it, because I think sometimes I am kind of lacking that on some of my concealer, so I kind of definitely could just mix this up. This one is in J19, and I originally got J18, which was very close to my skin tone, so I feel like the jump between the two, it's kind of from a little bit neutral to very pink. You can see right there. I feel like on camera my skin is looking a lot lighter than my skin tone, but I promise you in person it actually looks pretty spot on. And I feel like the foundation would kind of set a little bit more than it is right now. So for concealer, I'm going to be applying J18, and I think it's going to be a little darker than this foundation. Definitely darker than this foundation, but I don't think this is a bad thing. I'm going to be putting it kind of down a little bit more because I did get a little bit of a tan. Theo. I do feel like I have a lot of foundation on right now, so I don't know if I love that. It's kind of something that is not really going away, like the feeling of having all that foundation on. I'm going to be setting this, but I'm not going to be using a loose powder. I'm going to be actually using this Jouer Hydrate and Set powder. This is how it looks like. It's a beautiful packaging, and this is how it looks like inside. I got the shade Light, and I think it's a pretty good shade for me. You can see how it kind of gave me a little bit of coverage. I have to say this is definitely not a perfect match for my skin with the foundation, but it's the closest that I'm going to get with Juvia's, I feel like, because I did end up, you know, getting the shade darker than this one, and that was just way too dark for my skin and way too yellow. I'm going to be using this Kiko Milano face palette. This one is their Essential Face Palette, and I actually got this as a gift, so I was super excited. This is how it looks like over here, and it kind of has some powders inside. They have some blushes and some bronzers. This is how it looks like. So, oh, it actually has an highlighter too. I didn't see that before. Let me swatch that to see if it's too light. I don't think it's the most blinding highlight, but it's a really good like sheen to your skin. So maybe we can build that up to something a little bit more, you know, sparkly. And I am going to be going into this shade right here. I'm going to be warming my face up. I think this color looks pretty nice. The only thing with palettes like this where they have them so close together is like I am the worst at like, you know, picking up products and then just blending it out with whatever color is next to it. I suck at that. So I feel like I'm going to end up someday with just a bunch of blush on my face. It's like a lighter bronzer, obviously. This is not like a contouring bronzer, but it did warm on my face really nice. It's not like something too orangey. I like how, you know, it's more like on the neutral side. I'm going to be going into the next shade over, which is the darkest one. And I'm just going to be putting this on my brush and warming my face up. They're packing very nicely together, like they're building up really nicely. And that's something that I really like, when you can definitely build up a bronzer without it looking muddy or anything. I feel like my face is just looking pretty smoothless. Or smoothless, oh my gosh. And that's probably partly because of the, you know, foundation that I have on, but I feel like these powders are just looking very, very good. Alright, I think we're done right there. I'm going to go with the blushes, and these blushes are definitely more on the pinky side. So I think I'm going to be trying out this one right here. Hopefully it's not too dark. I mean, it's probably clashing a little bit with my eyes, but I think it looks pretty pretty. It looks pretty natural, which I like. I bring that up just a notch. I think it's missing kind of like an orangey tone on Mar Cosmetics, because this one has a little bit of sheen to it. So I think I'm going to be going with Seclusion right here. There we go. That is what it was missing. And finally, for highlight, I'm going to start with the one from Kiko Milani. Like I said, I'm going to be going into this one right here. And let's see how this works. So this is one of those like more natural highlights, but in person it's looking really good. I just don't think that these type of highlights come on camera really nice, or like fairly, because they don't do like they're doing anything. They don't look like they're doing anything, but in real life they actually look really nice. But obviously, like, you have to kind of overdo your highlight for it to show up on camera. As far as shades, I think this one looks a lot like the Amrezy from Anastasia. That is what I'm thinking when I look at this, and I think I put it all over my face, but you know, we'll deal with that. It's not also like emphasizing the texture. It's still looking pretty good, and I completely forgot that I hadn't done the under my eyes, so I'm gonna go back to this palette. Hopefully I have no fallout, and I'm gonna be going into this green shade right here. I'm gonna be applying this very close to my lash line. And I kind of like that black eyeshadow kind of already, like, you know, fell down onto this corner right there, because that's probably what I would have done anyway. So now to blend that out, I think I'm going to be going into this red right here that we first used. And hopefully this won't be like too crazy. I'm going to be taking this lip pencil from Rimmel. This one is their Lasting Finish in the shade 1000 Kisses. I kind of like putting this outside, and then I'll go in with a much darker one. Alright, so I'm going to go in with the NYX lip liner in the shade Mahogany. And then I am between kind of a gloss or a lipstick. I have this one from Sephora that is kind of a little bit more matte, and then this one from NYX Lingerie that is a little bit more on the glossy. I think I'm going to go with the Sephora first just to see if I like it, and if I don't, then I'll put the gloss over it because they're very similar in, you know, shades right there. I do think that maybe I want to go with a gloss just to make it pop a little bit more. I'm going to go in with the NYX Lingerie gloss. This one is in the shade Sable. So that is the whole look. I can't believe we're finally done with this, but I am really loving how this is looking. I think the green is something that so many people don't really think about doing on their eyes, but I think it looks so stunning, especially when you have kind of hazel eyes like I do. And I think this palette was actually pretty good. It kind of exceeded my expectation. I think the colors were really, really nicely. They were all very pigmented, easy to blend. I mean, that green could have looked a lot worse and a lot more messy, and it actually came on really nice. I think the black was also very black. I love the fact that the yellow showed up. I haven't really tried her shimmers, but I think they are pretty stunning. They feel a little bit on the creamy side, and you can see right there how pigmented they are, at least on my hand swatches. But I do think that this actually showed up on my lids really, really cute. And I think what did it, because this look would have been very boring without this Urban Decay Space Cowboy kind of, I would say eyeshadow, pressed eyeshadow. And I think it looks really nice. I also think that her concealer was a very nice base for these shadows. I obviously have tried this before because I really, really love it. I should have used it underneath my eyes, but I totally forgot that I had it right here. She does have some foundation, but I kind of also forgot about that too. I really like the fact that I went ahead and purchased another Juvia's Place foundation, because I think this one is definitely more on my skin color and something that just fits me better. I also think that you can go a long way. I mean, look at all this foundation right here that I have left, because I don't know what the heck I was thinking when I squirted this out. But I also think that the concealers are actually pretty cool. I like that I have a cool tone one, because sometimes I have some that I would definitely want to mix, some days in the winter where I look a little bit more pinkish. I like that I have this. Also, you can mix this with your foundations when they're a little bit too dark or they're a little bit too orange. You can definitely just play around with this, so it's definitely nice to have around. I also love these Fenty Beauty eyeliners. I feel like a lot of people have given them bad reviews, but I think they're so easy to work with. Like, not in a million years would I thought that I could like pull this off so easily like I did with this. This was kind of like not even messy application, and it just really blows my mind on how you can just layer up on top of it, and it actually does look pretty pigmented. I just really, really love them. I feel like they are a little bit on the expensive side, but I actually might go back and purchase the one that has the white and the yellow, because I find myself wanting a yellow. What else did I try? I feel like this Kiko Milani palette was also very good. I really sucked because I put out all the stuff that I wanted to use. I had a foundation, I had a mascara from Kiko Milano. I also think that this Wet n Wild cucumber spray was actually pretty good. I think everything came on top really nicely, and I really like that. But I don't think that the scent, or I don't know, I feel like I can smell the alcohol in this, so maybe I'll try it a couple more times. Don't really like just spraying alcohol all over my face. So the House of Lashes lashes were pretty nice as well. I don't really know the price of this because this was also a gift, but I think I'm really, really loving it. I'm definitely going to give this a lot of use. But overall, I really, really love this look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's going to be a long ass video because that's just what I do, but thank you so much for sticking around. As always, don't forget to subscribe below, like this video, and I will see you on my next one. Bye!